Men and women 4x1 just occurred. And let's just say that you gotta know when the 4x1 comes around. You know the women are more technical and relay savvy and higher IQ, so they typically get the job done way more often. So everybody who you expected to make it through, they pretty much made it through. And also with women, there's way less speed, so that leaves way less room for error. So most of the women we expected to get through got through. In the first heat, you had Jamaica. Their women got through really well. You had the Clayton twins, had really good handoffs. Then they had two other women. I'm not sure who they are or anything. I don't know their background or how they usually run, but overall, it was a really good effort. They ran a 41.8, ran with their heat pretty comfortably. It wasn't nothing to it but to do it. And then the second heat, you had the U.S., you had Great Britain, you had, was it Germany? I believe Germany. And they all were really, really decent. So first leg, you had Sears. She's filling in, I guess, for Melissa Jefferson. I'm pretty sure Melissa Jefferson is going to be on first leg. And then on the second leg, on the backstretch, you had TT Terry. And I think out of the whole entire heat, or maybe out of the entire 4x1 heats, both heats, TT Terry ran the fastest leg out of everybody. She ran on the second leg, really decent leg. A lot of people was kind of skeptical about how she would look and what type of shape she would be in after crashing and burning in the 100. But overall, we know that the 100 doesn't equal relay legs, because it's pretty much what you can do on the fly with a running start. And coming out the blocks and having a running start is a major, major difference. That's why you see a lot of people who don't run the fastest hundreds do really well on relays. So that was more so the case for TT Terry. And then on the third leg, you had Kayla White. She looked fairly decent. Came around the curve. And on fourth leg, they were visibly in first with Sha'Carri Richardson. She looked really well. In comparison to how she looked all year, she looked so much better. I think her mechanics were pretty decent. I think she didn't look as sluggish, in my opinion. And they ran the world leading time, 41.60, I believe, or 60-something. 41.60-something. And then Great Britain and Germany ran 41.8. So decent legs from them, decent teams from them. I know that Great Britain, they didn't run with Amy Hunt. I'm pretty sure she's going to be on the backstretch, so that should automatically put them in there fighting for at least second. In my opinion, I believe that they can at least get second. I actually have them getting second. Jamaica sub in maybe a Shelly Ann and a Sharika Jackson. I'm not sure. I know that one, if not both of them, are definitely running the final. So you can do what you want with that information. But over for the men, this is where things got rocky. You know, when the men come on the track for the 4x1, you down there just got to cross your fingers, cross your arms, and cross your eyes as well. Because you know something about to fall apart and something might not go right. So you just got to hold your breath until, it ends. And then in the first heat, we had the U.S., we had Jamaica, we had Canada. These are my top three. If you look at when I did my video yesterday, my TikTok video yesterday on this, those are teams I had going through from this heat. And that's how it went. You had Christian Coleman on first leg for the United States. He did Christian Coleman things. And then he gave it to Ronnie Baker. And then they gave it to Trayvon Bromell on third leg. And then T-Mars McCallum brought it home on anchor. Canada, they did the same thing. They had their team, their squad. They got it done. And overall, they won the heat. Canada ran 37.7, I believe. 37.8, one of the two. I think 37.7. And they looked really well. I think U.S. and Canada got to stick at the same time. And with Andre DeGrasse on anchor leg versus a T-Mars McCallum, man, Andre gonna stand up and separate. But a lot of people, especially after the 100, and not even just the 100, but a month or two ago, were saying that Jamaica was a team to beat and that they could break the world record. And I said that Jamaica doesn't have enough finishers to break the world record. Not only do they have not enough finishers, I didn't even have Jamaica medaling. And I said if they do medal, they'll get third. And I also said that Keishane Thompson was a poor relay leg, in my opinion, or a poor anchor leg at least, because that's the only leg I've seen him run. He leaves early, he rocks side to side, his top end speed, he can't really hold it. So if he got to race real guys on his anchor leg, they all get to stick the same time, they will embarrass him. Guys who are way slower than him in 100. And everybody's like, you hating on him and this and that. So they were off today. They got out the blocks, pretty decent first leg. Oblique Seville on second leg. Now Oblique, he didn't look like Oblique on second leg. He damn near looks like a shell of himself. This wasn't the same Oblique from the London Diamond League. And then they had their third leg. It seems around like third leg, it looks like they were to be in about fourth place or so. Like, it was like at no point where maybe they were top 3 after like first leg. But other than that, that was like the highest that they got. Because second leg, Oblique made up no ground. He made up no ground. Their third leg was just running in place. Looked like a lane filler out there. And then anchor leg, Keishane, of course. And I also said when they ran at London to qualify, and everybody's like, oh yeah, Jamaica's the favorite and they this and that. I'm like, bro, Jamaica literally just ran a month out from the championships. They just ran the same time Australia ran in like March. I'm inclined to believe that Jamaica might not even beat Australia. And they didn't. They didn't. So we just got to start paying attention to these types of things. Like, Jamaica has been messing up the 4x1 all year. And I always tell people, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. The first time. So they've been showing us all year that they're going to mess up. Like World Relays, they messed up. Got another chance, messed up again. Even when they just ran to qualify in London, Keishane Thompson took off early. And it damn near was, in my opinion, he was out of the zone, but it was like, it's just like a little roll of meat. They just can qualify. But they messed up. But they got the stick around and they ran the same time as Australia, but it's Australia. And y'all 9-7 guys. Them Australian guys 10-4s, 10-3s. So y'all messed up. So I have to go with a sample size of they have messed up pretty much all of the times that they ran this year. So why am I inclined to believe that in their biggest moment, they're going to do anything different? I said the same thing about Keishane Thompson in the 100. He's been locking up and body been shutting down the last 20, 30 minutes of his race all year long. So why am I inclined to believe he's going to get to the championships and something is magically going to change? As if muscle memory isn't a real thing. So there's that. They didn't make it through to the final. South Africa got second last year. They didn't make it through to the final. Italy, your 2021 Olympic champions, they didn't make it through to the final. And South Africa really was a team who could have challenged for damn near gold, for real. Didn't make it through. They didn't make it through. But yeah, man, that's the 4x1. I got to make a separate video about the 4x4. I'm going to go off on that too. USA, the shit that they put out there and the shit that they went out there and did was pathetic. It was pathetic. It was well deserved, and I'm happy they didn't make it through. Till next time, I'm out.